Okay.
Aha. Okay.
Aha!
Ah.
Whoa.
We are live. Hello.
Hello.
Yahoo!
Yahoo. I had to warn you so you wouldn't, if you didn't want to say anything, you know, not on stream. Huh? No, what? No! What the hell? I didn't leave! God damn it. My Discord. Don't laugh! My Discord literally soft reset. Oh my god.
You guys didn't get to hear it, but I heard Becca scream, "Don't laugh!"
It's not my fault. My Discord just restarted. It like soft crashed or something.
Feel funny.
I can't believe my grandpa was using your computer.
Can't believe the ghost of Adam still living grandpa just haunted you like that.
God damn.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
What are we doing, Becca?
We're drawing stuff.
Trying to take over the world.
Same shit we do every week.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The plugin's not working, Becca.
What?
We're not lighting up.
We're all just sitting there, mute, uncaring.
Honestly, what a meme. What a mood. What a mood.
The guy's having a time.
I don't know why it's not. I probably have to redo the fucking Fugi tech.
Aw.
Stop laughing at me!
I'm sorry, it's really funny.
It's not! It's nothing I did!
I know it's something you did, that's what makes it funny.
No.
Becca, sometimes technology just hates us.
Trust me, I understand your struggle. On a visceral, spiritual level.
Yeah, no, I think this must be either it's Fugi Tech side or something's wrong with OBS because it is perfectly fine on my end. I don't know. They're just dark and uncaring. Sorry to any viewers.
I like how
It sucks.
them all sitting at the bottom corner is just the personification of everyone disliked that.
Yeah.
It's okay. It makes sense.
Anyway, we were going to start by drawing Michelle a hot boy because it's her birthday soon.
Does this look like the face of mercy to you?
No.
Not really.
You're laughing at me. There's no mercy
I know,
involved.
it's so funny. Look, babe, it's funny. It's just embrace the insanity. What was that?
Anyway, Michelle. What?
What?
Hell yeah.
What?
I don't know.
I love the first half of these sentences getting cut off because I just heard, "It's in my mouth."
They're like, yes, we
Pizza in my
can
mouth.
understand what you just said while you
I have
Pizza in my mouth.
pizza in my mouth.
Okay.
I literally took a bite of pizza as Becca went, Michelle.
Also, my music stopped, so I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna play my own music.
That's fine with me. It means I get to listen to 24-Hour Cinderella.
Yeah, whatever. Do what you want. Anyway, hot boy time. God.
It's okay, Becca.
Just going to draw a basic frame. And I'm gonna try very hard not to just draw Thancred.
This is
It might
sacred.
end up looking a lot like Thancred, though.
Surely there are other things you like in a man other than
Sacred.
Thancred. Or a woman.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
I mean,
Sacred.
Thancred is in fact a little.
Michelle's
He's a
type is gloomy bitch.
Yeah, actually.
Ah,
I can
Thancred.
relate.
This is Thancred.
This is Thancred.
Good.
Just becomes Thancred fan art.
Oops.
No,
All
no, no,
Thancred.
no, no,
Oops, all
This
Thancred.
is Thancred.
no.
I mean, we've fully established that most of our hot people have been like at least a little bit of recreating someone from like a existing franchise.
Sometimes
Ow,
on
my finger.
accident, sometimes on purpose.
It wasn't my fault. I said Mohawk, and then everyone went, "Oh, that's Zangief." So I went, "Okay."
Well, we had the Mohawk, like, the
Okay.
Mohawk was in, and then we zoomed out and was like, huh.
What a
What
damn
we've
minute!
done here is...
Take a look what you've done.
We've recreated the Zangi.
I mean, listen, it's fine. Recreate him for me, please.
I just thought I went, that's Zangief. That is Zangief.
Yeah. The real question
you
is,
know what?
are we going to put fishnets on this guy as well?
No.
No?
That was like
No.
a hard, like a immediate hard no.
Leather pants.
No.
You
though.
don't like fishnets in other people?
No.
No?
I do, but not on a man. Not
Okay.
on this man.
Not on this
Behold,
one.
a man.
Okay. Huh?
Not on a man. All
Not
right.
on a man,
We
not on a
entered-
No man.
We entered our homophobic era. This is a joke. It's so
was
important to
a
me that you
joke.
know that this is a joke.
It was a joke. It was
I
a
don't
joke.
It
man.
was a joke.
It was a
Hey.
Homophobic era. Oh god.
How muscly do you want? Do you want to be a twink or a twunk or a hunk or? What's your flavor of
Lanky?
white boy?
Yeah.
Lanky?
Lanky.
Twink.
I was gonna
Got
say
it.
on a scale of Becca to me, where we at?
Where's your taste?
I have a prediction of who this is going to accidentally end up looking like.
I'm so curious. I'm not gonna ask yet.
Yeah.
Because I want
Very
to.
curious.
I want to see if we get there.
Nicolas Cage.
No.
No, I don't.
Nicolas Cage as Dracula in Renfield. With all of the sharp teeth. That's him.
Sparkle eye.
Like a lot of limb. A lot
Huh?
of limb. A lot of limb. A lot of like.
What are you saying?
A lot of limb.
Lots of limb.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
several of them, at least 4.
There's at least 4 usually.
That's not what I mean. I mean like
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Five
gangly.
if they're well endowed enough.
So what you're saying is they tried to put him on the cover of Vogue, but his legs
But his
were
legs
too long.
every day is like. Sorry.
Is that a drag race?
Hmm?
Uh-huh.
What?
Okay.
Yes.
I was asking why I'm limping down the way.
It's too early to bully people with saying nice things about them, so I'm not. We just started.
Yeah. Save it.
Anyways, speaking of references, fucking Flashback Mary.
It was
Did you-
true.
It is true, but also, did you see the fucking screenshot of the fucking backpack?
Yes.
Literally horror. I was like, what the fuck is this? The noises that I typed are the noises I made out loud.
Oh my god.
We can now add. You can now add James Charles to the tags and monetize
No.
that shit.
No, we do not want
No.
people who seek out the James Charles tag.
I don't want.
to us.
I don't want anyone who associates with James Charles to be anywhere near this. Thank
Either
you.
we get his fans or we get his trolls, and I want neither.
I don't want any of that.
I was thinking we could get his money.
That's
Give us some money.
I'd rather get money from like Coca-Cola. If we gotta get someone bad, you know.
your Coca-Cola. Send me your product.
I mean-
I'll drink it on camera right now. All the time.
Yeah, I'm literally drinking some right now. Sponsor
Yeah.
me.
I have an empty bottle on my desk because I already drank all my
Yeah,
Coke.
because if you get a sponsorship from like a corporation, it's just like that's show business, baby. But if you get a sponsorship from like James Charles, that's a choice.
Oh
you
no,
know?
I
You know
meant
what
we
I
were just
mean?
gonna. We were.
You know what
I
I
meant
mean?
we were gonna take his money.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, I fully meant we were gonna use his name to make money on our own and take it from his pockets.
I see.
Yeah,
Fraud,
yeah, no.
fraud. Got it.
There was just a little. Listen, just
We'll
a spicy.
promise people they can meet James Charles if they give us money, and then we take the money and go. He's over. Good luck.
This just sounds like Firefest now.
Yeah, we do Firefest then for James Charles fans. 'Cause
Yeah,
at that
sis-
point they should know better than.
Sister Fest.
Hi, sister.
Uh-oh, sisters.
Sisters, he's been scammed.
The thing is, James Charles did attempt to go on tour at one point.
Tour with what? With
With what?
makeup?
I was watching
Does
this.
he do
I was watching-
live like makeup videos?
I was watching. Well, I was watching like a
stage?
video about like YouTube tours because like that was a thing for a while, right?
Oh my God, you're right. It was.
And they mentioned the girl I was watching mentioned like towards like James. I think right before the pandemic, James Charles attempted to go on tour, right? And I think it was like mostly like very, what like it boiled down to was like a chance to look at him, and I think maybe there were like live makeup tutorials or something. And
Look at him.
A chance to observe me.
Give me money
Congratulations.
to look upon my
and like extra money to
horrible
meet him,
visage.
like as a glorified like meet and greet. Oh my God, there isn't that.
Yikes. Turns out they didn't know what to do with the horrible makeup artists.
Apparently, there isn't that much information about it now.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Chase.
Oh.
That's Chase.
You're so loud, you got cut off.
Oh
Yeah.
my
All right.
Yeah.
Calm response.
All
Calm
right.
response.
Okay.
Yeah, also the oh my God. The new so the Popcat, the PNG tubers are broken right now. So none of them are talking, and yours didn't even pop up when you joined. So this is just
That's okay.
Yeah, you know what?
I think you need to not
I
worry about it.
should just remove them all. Just like there's no point in having them up.
Wait,
if they're not
before you
showing.
get. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say
What?
before you get rid of them, I wanted to take a screenshot, but it's fine. I just wanted their
I
judgmental
can- here,
faces.
hold on.
No, it's fine. The moment is.
They are,
No.
they are all judging you.
Yeah. They're judging Michelle's choices.
I mean,
Myself.
Hmm?
I'm judging myself.
Yeah.
the gang's all here.
Didn't
That's
take long
a-
for didn't take
That's
long
a
for Persona to
YouTube
show up.
banner if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I guess this is a little bit more of a sassy pose, I guess. I don't know.
A little sassier than I wanted, to be fair.
What?
I
Yeah.
appreciate-
What kind of like white boy personality are you into?
What kind of white boy are you into?
It's a
What
little more on the
flavor of
nerdy
white boy?
side versus like,
More nerdy. Okay.
yeah, versus sassy.
Oh, so you want what's his name? Timmy from Winx Club.
I don't understand that reference.
No, no one wants
He's-
Timmy from Wings Club.
he didn't do anything wrong. I don't think. You don't think he did anything right either? I don't know.
I don't
He
think
was
did
male.
anything.
He was male
I-
Techna.
You
That's
know what?
it.
Connor's right. I don't think he did anything. Stop.
He did stuff for the knights. It's just, as I said, he was male Techna.
I mean, that's kind of an insult to Tekna. He wasn't even British.
Yeah, well, that's because, like, there were two smart voices that people did back then. And Techna was
British
the
and
British, and his was the nasally nerd.
The two genders, nerd and British.
Becca.
Yes.
How hard would it be to do arms crossed over chest?
Not hard. I just tend to not do it because it can block clothing. But yeah, that's
I think that's like pose I want.
okay. Also, this Fall Out Boy album slaps so far.
I was really confused by the sudden angry Christmas music, and then I realized it was just a Fall Out Boy song.
Angry Christmas music.
I am my own muse. The very beginning sounds very kind of Christmassy but angry.
I'm listening to Vocaloid.
Connor, jiggle your mic cord, by the way.
Fuck!
Darius, you're poison.
Ah! There's a Fall Out Boy. The one that's playing right now is like. There's a song. What's the song? It's like. The like. Fucking.
It's the song
It's
from like
Rusted Root.
Matilda.
Yeah, I think it's
I
Rusted
think.
Root. No, it is Matilda. It's not Rusted. But they're doing that.
Send me on my way.
Is it Send Me On My Way? Because I was listening to Send Me On My Way, but hold on. No,
I don't
it's
know
not.
what we're
It's
talking
not the
about.
Rusted Root song.
I would like to reach out
I think it's an older song. Ah! I'm gonna go and say, hold on.
Oh,
Eight.
pretty. Is that
No,
one?
not the musical. Fuck. I don't want the musicals.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is it really just? Hold on. Sorry, Fall Out Boy. I need to pause for a sec.
No, it's okay. I found it.
Apologies to the entirety of
Little-
Fall Out Boy.
Is it Little Bitty Pretty One?
It must be. Hold on, I'm playing it right now.
I think it is Little Bitty Pretty One.
Absolutely, it is.
I think it's only
Do I know?
really-
Do I know anything about music?
No.
All right, listen.
I'm gonna have you roll an intelligence check.
I'll do it too. What's my modifier? I'll go get a fucking D20 right now.
Do you want me to put you on blast for that? Or
Yeah, let's hear what you have to say, bitch.
well, Donnie has a 7, so he's like a -3.
He's a -2, thank you, and we
Okay,
are not
-2.
the same. I feel like I have a lower intelligence sometimes.
No. You can read.
So yeah, I was gonna say you realistically probably have at least a 10.
No, well,
Oh,
10 is
hey,
average.
thank you. I'm average.
I gotta say, technically Donnie can read.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
not probably
6
not
is
very
when you can't.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave my boy alone.
At 7, you probably struggle to read like science papers and like anything above like.
It's
Young
fun.
adult.
You don't need to know biology to understand swing sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit
Can't read.
thing hard.
The only reason Fizzy can't read is that is a choice I made. That is not like
Yeah,
like
well,
being based on her
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah,
That is
Fizzy's
literally
from
a
the
choice I
culture
went-
that wouldn't like need to read,
God, I wish
so
that
which
was
it
me.
just makes sense.
So
It was like the same reasons why Gale was intelligent, but his lower intelligence score came from the fact that he didn't have worldly knowledge.
All right, I rolled a 14. What do you want from me?
Well, I mean, you know some music.
You're right, I do.
Yeah.
It's all what I needed to know has been replaced with Vocaloid lyrics.
It's little Timmy's gone down a well.
Oh, sorry. I was talking as I got up and walked away from my microphone.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Listen, okay, maybe I do have a lower intelligence, okay?
Oh my god.
It's fine.
There's at least one in every group.
I'm here, the dice are over there, and I had to go put them back.
It's
Don't
like
worry
those
about
people that
it.
are
And you didn't
trying
come
to
to the conclusion to
explain
stop talking
things to
while
me.
walking?
It's like the people trying to explain things to me at work, but they say it as they're walking away, and I'm going,
What?
"Re-
What? Huh?
I'm just putting it over here. Fuck it. You can deal with it later. I'm not doing this."
It's like when you have it's like if you've got like a door closed and someone's trying to talk to you from upstairs with the
Oh
door
my god,
closed,
Becca
and I'm
does
like,
that all the fucking time.
my mom tried to do that to me yesterday, and I'm like, can you give me like a goddamn minute? I cannot hear you.
The
What
thing-
do I do to you?
you talk at normal volume from downstairs in the kitchen, and when I don't respond, you go, "Did you hear me?" It's like, "No, I didn't hear you."
No, what'd you say?
Well, I don't
What
like
are they
being loud,
saying?
and I don't know how loud I need to be.
In your own home, there is no volume. Just go.
We have neighbors, so there's a volume.
Ah, fuck them.
Although the walls are pretty thick.
All my
Well,
neighbors are
that's it.
old people, so.
Ah, fuck them.
Listen, when I start yelling, you can hear me outside.
Oh, see, I drive a very loud car. I don't care about my neighbors.
Yeah.
Mm.
In my defense, it's all factory, so I didn't make it that loud. Dodge did.
Yeah.
You bought it.
Actual volume. Stock volume too, if you will.
Yes. It should be louder though.
No.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
As long as it's not drony, because that's the problem when you start getting those louder ones.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why.
Guys,
Here we go.
they started talking about cars again.
Hey,
Okay, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
We're
trying my hot
Real
boy.
quick.
No.
Real,
On
real
Michelle's
quick.
Your hot boy.
birthday.
Actually, it's more just noises in general. It doesn't have to do just specifically with cars, but you get it on cars a lot, where it's just that constant and it like rattles.
Right.
You get it on planes sometimes too.
Yeah, that
It's
I
just
really-
like
I hate that on planes. It always terrifies me. Because I don't like flying in general, and then
Ugh.
planes are making noises I don't like. I get anxious.
mm-hmm.
Luckily, the
That's why I
next flight I'm going on is less than an hour long, so.
That's part of the reason why whenever I have to fly, I try to fly sleep deprived, because then
I
like,
can't do that.
I can fall
I-
asleep.
I wouldn't be able to. I need to be awake on a plane.
Nope.
Same. Adam, I'm the same way.
I cannot stand flying. I need to know what's going on
Uh-huh.
until I'm in the airport wherever I'm going, and then it's like I'll just collapse here. It's fine. I'm on the ground.
It's so funny. Airplanes are the one place I'm not anxious.
Really?
I love
It's
flying.
probably
I
like the
fucking love flying.
ideal,
Because
like
it's statistically one of the safest spots you can be.
it is.
Uh-uh.
It's also probably
Nope.
you probably
Nope,
have like
bad.
the ideal like and like environmental stimulation on a plane where like everything's
Like,
buzzing, so like
yeah.
you don't feel like you're buzzing.
It's nice.
You see, you say that until the person that's sitting in front of you tries to recline into your knees because there's no space behind them. It's just me.
Well, you
I'm
are tall.
5'6". I don't gotta worry
Yeah,
about that.
it's like Adam,
Buddy,
you're
bad news,
you
no one here has
guys.
that issue.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just
James
like-
might have to a little bit, to be fair.
It depends on the seat. I've had some of them where it's been like, oh yeah, like I'm definitely gonna have
I'm
a rough
talking-
time, but
yeah.
All the rest of us are short.
I'm
Yeah.
talking like a regular old 737 like coach seat, like normal ass. You're in there, and then this person in
Generally
front of me
not-
wants to sit in my lap. No.
I'm more okay. See, my issue is more I'm a fat person.
Oh,
So
same.
Mhm.
I always worry about like judgy people and people being assholes to me.
Mhm.
But like the next flight I'm going on is to Tampa, which is a drive that's pretty short. Actually, it's like a little bit longer than going to Orlando, which is like 3 hours. And my mom wants to fly. She doesn't want to drive, so that's why we're
Mhm.
driving. I mean, we're flying. So it's like a 40-minute to an hour flight.
Barely have time to get cruising altitude, and they're like, "All right,
yeah.
we're landing."
No, it's literally you're ascending for about 15 minutes. You're in the air because I've done the flight to Orlando. When I lived in Orlando for like 2 years when I was in school, and I would fly home.
Yeah.
Like,
I would
and-
fly home from Columbus to Chicago. That was also very short.
it would literally be ascending for 15 minutes, in the air air for 7, and then descending immediately.
Wow. So like, so for us, so the flight from Columbus to Chicago is, like an hour or an hour 15. So we go up. We're up for half an hour, which is just long enough where if there isn't any like turbulence, they usually send the drink cart around. But if you get a drink, especially if you're sitting farther back in the plane, you get your drink and you take a few sips, and then they're like, so we're starting our descent, and like the ladies are already coming by with the trash cans, like, but I just I can't chug this, there's ice in it.
Think about going on Southwest, which is like not an airline I've been on I haven't been on since I went to RTX in 2018, so I'm like excited about that.
Oh god, sorry, I almost tipped over my soda.
I've mostly been going on like my planes have all been like Allegiant basically. It's like to go to Tennessee, I have to take Allegiant, which sucks. But
also, I've just been kind of drawing like generic features on this guy because I honestly, we make fun of you for liking Thancred, but I honestly like don't know what you're like. I don't know.
The thing about me is I do like a generic white boy.
You know what? I respect that. All right, sometimes
we can just show Michelle pictures of Griffin McElroy, and that's it.
No, Griffin McElroy is not. No.
Oh, okay. Well, at least tell me.
Buddy, I got bad news for you. Griffin McElroy is a classic example of generic white boy.
Griffin McElroy is my favorite description of him that I've ever seen. Is that he's the middle slider of like every feature when in like a lawyer video game.
Oh. Poor Griffin.
Jesus
Obviously,
Christ.
and then like the Tumblr post where this is on the next comment is the gift set of Griffin going, kids on Tumblr like to do one thing, bully me.
I do like floppy hair.
So like, so do you like hopefully you'll understand what I mean. Do you like the mushroom head hair like
No, I don't like the mushroom haircut.
No, it's because there was
Who does?
No, shut up.
All right, fine.
Because it's not really. I called it mushroom in my head. It's probably not really mushroom, but like it was the popular style of teenage boys everywhere in the like 2010s. Bieber did have it for a little while.
The Bieber cut.
Fucking
it's not
coconut
really the
head
Bieber,
ass looking.
I don't like
motherfucker.
calling it the Bieber cut because like, well, one, that's a very specific thing, but also like it was just like kind of floppy, you know. So they would grow their
but
bangs
not like that.
They would.
That's too floppy.
That's too floppy.
That's too floppy.
So like Thancred floppy. Where you
Thancred
got
is,
bangs, but like.
Hey yo,
it's
Thancred, show
still
me that
kind of
floppy.
like short in the back.
Like okay, okay. This doesn't sound wild.
Okay.
I like shaved on the sides.
Okay.
And then like floppy on the top.
Okay, so an undercut.
Emo.
Kind of emo-y, yeah.
For example, today I was wearing.
That's gothic, not emo. God, get it
Oh
right.
shit, you're right.
You know, Joe, is this getting closer to what you think?
I have to Google some things. Hold on. The person's name.
I know that. Why do I know this man?
You're thinking. I feel like I know. I feel like I know what you're thinking, and you're not wrong.
I don't know if you do know what I'm thinking. What do you think I'm
so
thinking?
curious.
No, I want to know. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
No,
wait.
I want to know what you think I'm thinking. That's what I
think
want to know.
I think you're thinking John Krasinski.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
We're.
Which is
do you
Hard
think,
no.
are we far enough along where you are good with sharing what you're thinking, or do you want me to keep?
Trust
going
me,
for a
it
little
will
bit?
not. It will not affect what I want.
Because we got the face.
Keep drawing.
Okay.
Keep
Okay.
drawing.
Okay.
Actually.
Actually. Because I don't know why this person popped into my head, because Michelle, I don't think that you would be attracted to this person.
Okay. I'm very
But
curious.
I think the drawing is going to align with them.
Okay.
Okay. 'Cause I
Um,
did in fact have a John Krasinski phase back in like 2008, 2009. Listen, I loved The Office for a while.
That's a sentence that nobody else in the world has said. I want you to know that.
That is not
Completely
true.
unique.
That is
No.
absolutely.
I
had
have-
a John Krasinski phase.
Okay, well, in
I don't-
fairness, of everyone in The Office, he's like of the masculine stars in The Office, he's probably the cutest one. So like,
I think it's not even so much his looks; it's his voice. Especially like he would do this like raspy thing. That was like the hottest thing to me.
How dare you say that, Becca?
I don't
Steve
know
Carell
who
is
that
right
is.
there.
sorry,
Huh?
what?
I said, Becca, how
Steve
dare you say
Carell.
that? Steve Carell is right there.
Steve Carell's attractive. too,
Steve
don't get me wrong.
Carell went to my college.
Fucking
Steve
nerd.
Carell, they specifically, especially like in the early Office, like in the first season. Oh my god, did they make him look so bad?
Yeah, they
I
made him
think
look like
Steve
a fucking dweeb.
Steve Carell looks better now than he did
does.
ever in The
Oh,
Office.
yes, he does.
Mhm.
He's a silver fox. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I don't mean to call anyone in The Office ugly. It's just like John Krasinski's got like
Well,
he like nowadays because he's grown the beard out and he's got those like piercing blue eyes.
How do I spell this man's name? I want to look him up.
John Krasinski?
Never mind, I found it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fast.
you know what? Actually,
Yeah. Right.
I don't like
Whatever-
the way he looks. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the way he looks now. I think he's
No.
like too bulked out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He
He's too
played
what?
Mr. Fantastic in a
He
Marvel movie
did.
for about 15 minutes.
He did.
And then
oh
things
hey,
happened.
thank you Google for giving me a picture of him shirtless. I respect that. Google knows what I want.
The way he is now, I am not a fan of. To be quite
Oh, with the beard, I am.
I
I'm
mean, with
pretty
the
sure
beard,
you're
it's
gay
not-
as fuck.
Yeah.
You're,
That leads
oh my
to the
God,
next
what?
question. Do you want
He's
facial
going to have
hair?
told
stubble.
you.
Stubble.
Stubble?
Stubble.
Stubble.
Round,
like a 5 o'clock shadow or like a
Yeah, like a 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah, like this.
hold on.
So-
I'm gonna like
I
I have a
currently
whole
just have a
brush
beard.
set.
I don't like a full beard.
No, I was
But I
talking
do
about
like-
myself, thank you very much. I just currently have a full beard. I haven't shaved in a while.
Hold on.
I mean, that's. It's just not a.
Oh wait,
think
hold
I'm-
on, that reminds me, I can do this now. Because I have enough beard.
Okay, no. That's a lot.
What?
I bet I could
do you-
put a little
No, cut it.
ponytail at the
No.
end of mine. What in God's name?
He's rubbing his beard on my face like sandpaper.
Ugh.
Beard good.
Yeah, the problem is that with a beard, I look like Jesus.
Okay.
There we go. I like that. I like that, Becca.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
love
I
how
literally
that
look like-
I love
I
that
literally look-
brush was called Old Stubbly.
Yeah, listen.
Old stubbly.
I yeah, I just I bought a pack for like $10 or $20 that just had I bought it because it was it had a bunch of like textured brushes and I was like, ew, and then I used like 2 of them. But they also came
fair.
with these like hair stuff and I was like, I'm about this.
Hairs. Duh. Meanwhile, I'm over here drawing individual beard hairs like a clown.
Yeah.
No,
'cause I-
not beard hairs, but
Cause if I do like
I'm over here drawing individual pube hairs like a
if I
clown.
do like a,
don't worry about it.
don't worry, there is something for
Old puby.
Did I ever tell you guys that I found a quote unquote glaze brush style on CSP?
is it the glue? Is it the
Interesting.
glue brush?
Yeah, there's the glue brush.
Because
air
glue
there was a
brush.
thing going around on like Twitter and such where someone was like glue brush, and it was like everything in the post was like trying very hard to just be like, if you're drawing glue,
This is for glue.
this is
only.
for glue.
Oh yeah.
And everyone reblogging
Vanilla
it was
icing.
everyone was reblogging it with like a tacit like, you know.
Is he, you know.
Yeah.
And the
what-
worst part is, I had to download that glue brush, and it wasn't for the reasons you think. I had to
Huh?
make. I had to make
You
something
weren't
look
drawing
like
glue at all.
it was for cum.
Weird.
Oh, that's
No,
fair. That
so-
works.
I hate
You
this
guys remember? You guys remember when you were underneath the asylum? All that slime. Yeah, I had to use it for detailing there.
This is the glue brush. Don't worry about it.
That's genuinely what I had to use it for.
That was such a long time ago. Fuck.
Yeah.
Becca, I
Yes.
would like a flannel shirt,
Flannel
but
shirt.
I would like the it rolled up to like the elbows
Mm-hmm.
because I want a tattoo on Z forearm.
I want a tattoo.
Hold on.
Ugh.
This just looks like a member of Blink 182 now.
Kind of, yeah.
Away from me.
I don't want to waste my time.
No, that's Sum 41.
That is in fact something we want.
I thought, honestly, I thought at first it was Newfound Glory because I couldn't remember.
No, it's on 41.
Becca, I'm sending you what my prediction is.
Okay.
Simply because it's not looking exactly, but all of the qualifiers have aligned with this
I
man.
wanted
It is fat lip, that's
so
it.
bad.
Oh, I can see it.
That was.
Oh no!
I do.
Wait. I won't know who it is, but send it to me too.
You
might
might
know
know.
this
Time
is.
to know what the fuck I
I
did.
say that affectionately. I do like a skinny twink dork.
Yeah, I don't mind this guy. I just don't think that this is in your wheelhouse, Michelle.
Yeah,
I have to know. I should know at this point.
Okay, I'll just tell you. It's Timothy Chalamet. It's Timothy
There's-
Chalamet. It's what you
There
created.
there was no way I was gonna know who that is.
Yeah, you've created Timothy Chalamet just wearing a lumberjack outfit.
Oh yes, Chalamet
Really?
182. I don't know.
Looks like a child. Even now, he looks like a child to me.
That's why I said you probably aren't attracted to him, but you described this gangly person with this like floppy hair and stubble, and the eyebrows fit. It's Timothy Chalamet, is what you've done. You've created Timothy Chalamet.
Charlie had like curlier hair though.
Yeah, it's definitely flappier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
If you'd gone
You
with
want
my
Timothy Chalamet with here's Timothy Chalamet with real floppy hair. Hold on.
Yeah,
Like
let's see Timothy Chalamet's floppy.
Yeah.
All right.
What? I'm pretty sure he's legal, right?
Floppy.
I
He's an
believe
adult
so.
man.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I think he's in his.
Look,
he's in his
anyone
20s.
who has the name Timothy,
He's not a young
That's
man.
not how names work.
my brain doesn't make you. My brain doesn't make me like I. The name Tim or Timothy, no Timothy. Like my brain can't reconcile it. I
he
think you're a
Game of
fucking child.
Thrones? Wait, is that Game of
No,
Thrones?
this is.
What
No, this
about
is from the
what
King.
about was it Timothy Oliphant?
Sorry.
Timothy-
That's my reaction
Yeah,
every
but-
time I hear about Timothy Oliphant.
Here's the thing,
Oliphant?
Timothy Oliphant.
Oliphant.
I think he's an adult simply
Oliphant the
because his name sounds like elephant, and I don't know why.
I think he's a hot boy.
I don't know who that is.
He's a hot boy. He's in the Mandalorian. He's a hot boy.
he's in the Mandalorian?
He is?
Yeah.
I didn't
And in
know
fairness, he
Yes.
is a handsome man.
He played
That is
think he was
David
like a-
Livingston, not okay.
he played
Sir.
like the sheriff man in The Mandalorian. He's
Makes
like a
sense.
cowboy.
Mhm.
Sheriff
that. Makes
man.
sense. That's
Oh,
Timothy
okay.
Oliphant. That makes sense.
I'm just gonna look. Here's a
He-
picture of Oliphant. Actually, it looks like his name is Conan in that picture, but you understand.
This is Conan.
He's all right.
Yeah,
He's not my type.
He fits the bill for me.
Yeah,
He checks
yeah.
the boxes.
It's because
Old.
he's gray now, isn't it?
It's because he's hot as hell.
Old was in the Mandalorian.
because he's gray.
Hotman.
He was also in a show that I started watching on HBO but had to stop because I didn't like it that much. It's about cowboys.
Oh no. Wait, what?
No, it's a cowboy show. Hold on.
Cowboy.
What is it? Hold on.
Deadwood?
Yes.
I thought you. Sorry,
I like
I doubled back because I thought you said cat boys, and
yeah.
I was like,
Adam, Deadwood
Wait.
was the Old West term for when your boner doesn't work.
No.
Wrong.
No,
It's
No.
Cowboys.
I don't think
My
so.
reaction to that is because I haven't heard the name of that show in forever.
Yeah, I only watched some of the first season, and then I stopped watching it.
I only know it in context of Undeadwood.
So fair.
His whole thing is like he very much generally like a little bit of a typecast where he plays sort of like the rugged sheriff cowboy because like in
Rugged.
Justified it was like the same thing
Mhm.
too. He was in Justified and it was like rugged cowboy sheriff type. But then there was that show where he was in I think that show with Drew Barrymore. Where she's like a
Santa Clarita
zombie.
Diet.
Yeah.
The one I said earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. I'm sorry.
He was in Hitman.
Yeah, that's the one that
Apparently,
surprised me the most.
yeah. Okay, this doesn't really look like flannel, but
Hello?
I'm just.
Yeah, the not great Hitman movie that was out.
Ugh.
No, he was
I
in
didn't
the
even
better
know
of. He
there
was
was
in the
one.
better of the two.
He was?
Yeah.
Which one was it where apparently the guy had a titanium underlay in his body or something like that?
That was the second one after the first one went all right. They decided they were going to make a second one, but Timothy Olyphant wasn't in that one. It was bad.
Man, I'm
And the
realizing
elephant-
that I just don't watch a lot of things.
I don't either.
Elephant.
Cindy Oliphant played himself in a single episode of The Good Place. I think about that all the time. He played himself in one episode of The Good Place.
Played him?
Yeah,
He
it was
played himself.
because it was like a joke about how nobody can like resist Timothy Oliphant,
Oh.
No, that's fair.
and they're like,
Okay.
he's so handsome, and they brought him in, and he was like, hey, yeehaw, I'm Timothy Oliphant.
Is this okay, Michelle?
Leno.
She died.
Michelle died.
Dude, I'm right here.
Sometimes I can still hear her voice.
I know you said tattoo, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I buttoned up his flannel. I don't know if that was the right thing to do.
That
I
was
know,
the wrong thing to do.
It's
You can say change it.
change it.
He
I
looks,
don't want
Take it.
he looks like an office
Becca,
worker. I'm sorry.
Unbutton it just
I
enough so
wanna
you can show
wait.
off the bra he's wearing.
High time.
It's not the bra. It could be open and put like a t-shirt underneath. Okay, he does not have boobs.
Sadly
Let's-
erases the boob.
Let's see his big mommy milkers.
Oh, big bahungalas.
The big
Big
hung.
Make it a
Yes.
fictional. Okay, this is how really weird.
Hung-
Make it like a
hungalas.
fictional band T-shirt underneath. You don't have to like make a real band. You can just like have like the peak of like a design underneath.
The
He's right.
It needs to be
Bungaloos.
it needs to be a Weezer shirt.
I just scribbled something and it looks like the shine sprites from Mario Sunshine.
You did just make a shine sprite from Super Mario Sunshine.
Do you want to open more? Or is
This
it
is
That's fine.
That's good. Okay.
This guy works at GameStop. This is a manager. He's a manager at GameStop. He's
He's at least got a high position, okay?
got a high position.
I gotta tell you right now, for how well kept he looks, because he looks like designer.
He's new.
He looks designer messy. That's not someone who works at GameStop. That's someone who owns a GameStop.
I
a
was
franchise
saying he's
owner.
a coffee shop boy.
Oh.
He owns one of those strips where they put a bunch of like
No, he
shops
owns
into.
a niche. He owns a niche coffee
He
shop.
owns a
It's
Barry.
He
not-
owns 51% of this company.
No, he owns like a game board themed coffee shop.
Oh.
and also a GameStop.
We only
a
sell civet
GameStop.
shit coffee here. Thank you very much. That's a real thing, by the way.
Jesus
Nerd.
Christ.
Yeah, seriously. There are I believe it's civets.
Yes.
So basically, yep, it's a specific type of coffee called Kopi Luwak, or civet coffee, where basically it is coffee that is harvested from civet shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
What's is
It's
that
an
a
animal.
monkey? Like
Yes.
A civet?
It's
No,
a primate.
Ruben, no.
no, a
believe.
civet's like it's almost like a mongoose.
Oh, I'm thinking the wrong thing.
Yeah, you're
Frog,
thinking of,
no.
civet coffee.
Yeah, it's literally from Civet Poop.
Honda Civic.
My Honda Civet. I just got that fucking joke you made.
Why?
I don't know.
Why not?
Rich people?
Okay, we're moving on. What kind of
There's plenty
tattoos?
of weird stuff in this world. If you haven't figured that out by now, I don't know what to tell you.
People are out here drinking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
So you wanted a
Dear,
tattoo?
Dear, I'm gonna tell you, you don't want to browse the fetish tab in Pornhub.
I'm not. No.
And that's not even the weirdest place that exists on the internet.
Yeah.
It's-
Come on. We're not even talking about fetishes. We're just talking about weird shit.
yes, exactly.
Tattoo.
Oh, all the things she said? Running through my
Running
head?
through my head.
I want it bad.
What kind of tattoo does he have, Michelle?
A video game one.
A video game tattoo.
Kirby!
Make the Final
Kirby.
Fantasy meteor.
Kirby.
No, Final Fantasy meteor.
That's not Final Fantasy.
That's not actually the Final Fantasy. You just did the Super Smash Bros. Theme.
Yes! It's my favorite video game, Corby.
Kirby if he swallowed John Final Fantasy. We all know him. We all know John Final Fantasy.
Yes.
We all have them. They're just like us.
John Final Fantasy for sure.
Yeah. John Meteor Final Fantasy. That's his full Christian name.
Meteor.
That's his
Meteor.
nom de plume.
Meteor.
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 You want us to call you Garbage Boy?
I've been called worse, in fairness.
That is my nom de plume.
I would say what I was called, but I don't think I could say it on Steam. Stream.
Steam?
Steam.
No, hop on Steam and message me right now.
Yeah. Adam, if I hop on Steam and I just message you the word I've been called, it's gonna look like I'm insulting you.
Committing a hate crime
It's
live
gonna look
on
like I'm just
stream.
committing a hate crime.
Connor just hops into Steam and goes,
Right.
"Hey, guess what?
Casual.
Drop is a stream. Find Adam and just drop a hard F slur on him.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Is it a hate crime if you are given permission?
Given, I don't. Am I?
No,
I'm
that's a
bisexual.
kink.
Does it apply?
That's
it
a
applies to me
kink.
technically, right?
If you're given
God.
permission, it's a kink."
Shut up. Oh, fucking hell, that was dumb.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I
Oh,
don't.
it's
I don't
okay.
either, Jolly. I don't know.
Fuck me, okay.
I'm just blowing up corpses in Diablo. That's all I'm doing right now.
That's fair.
You just like added the machinist logo.
I know what you are.
I know, yeah, it's true.
I know what you are.
Is it
Rage
bad?
Against
Say
the
it.
Machinist.
Machinist main.
Is it bad that the moment you said machinist, my brain went to the movie?
Yeah, no.
What movie?
The movie?
Machinist.
Yeah, so there's a movie called The Machinist.
Yeah,
It
there is.
had.
Oh yeah.
It had. Oh my god, his fucking name was slipping from my brain. It was. Holy crap. Why can't I think of his name?
Oh god, the antithesis.
Do you want any other
Patient.
tattoos, by the way?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's it. It had Christian Bale in it, and he did some like unbelievably vicious like starving to get himself to look right for the movie.
That one.
Yeah,
That's-
literally, look up the machinist, and you'll see a
Yeah,
picture of
they
a
were
very
like-
skinny guy. That's Christian Bale.
They were like, he should never have done that.
No.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
It's horrifying.
Horrific. Yeah.
Is he playing like a zombie or is it just?
No, that's the character.
Yeah, that's the character. It's wild.
That's what cats think they look like if you don't feed them once.
Human, there is less than a quarter of this bowl left. I am withering.
Human, I can see a small piece of the bowl through the food. It's empty. There's food in there. It's empty.
Mother has decided not to feed us. Mother
cares
loves us
not
not.
for us.
She cares not for us. Okay. Anything else to add to him?
that's perfect.
Piercings.
Maybe a little eyebrow piercing.
The eyebrow piercing. Do you want like a loop or like one of those like?
No, bar.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go. We really should make a dating sim.
Hot boys, assemble.
Hot boy dating sim. Sometimes asterisk, sometimes not a boy.
It's BOI. It's implied.
Yep. Now it's time to design a water ganassi,
Hush.
which I'm looking forward to because I love water genasi. I have a water genasi that I only got to play a few sessions with, which makes me sad.
I have one character I've ever designed ever. He's my large sweet boy and I love him.
Okay, I'm definitely designing a femme character, but otherwise, open to suggestions.
Do you have a class or like a vibe?
Nope, nothing in mind. I just want to draw a lady.
Bad guy.
Bad guy?
Bad guy.
Duh.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have to shoot Adam.
Please.
Because I'm a bad guy. Thank you.
The worst part is what's the guy's Seth Everman has cursed me forever now, because like anytime I hear that, I only hear his version of it, which he did using like pillows and a toilet to make the same
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, I should just.
Can I give you a character whose vibe I just thought of?
Sure.
Yzma. That's the vibe I just thought of.
Okay. I need a fun little pose.
I'm gonna go look at third-party classes
Ooh, good idea.
and see if there's anything in there that's like tasty.
Pugilist, scholar, sigilant.
Ooh, I like this. These poses. Oh, that's so fun.
Atavist is a fun one. Blood hunter, of course.
Obviously.
Obviously.
You baby,
Okay.
in the night.
Hot take. I'm half a second into the allowed third-party content
Yep.
thing, and the one that is written out and copy-pasted
The
caught
Dream
my eye
Knight?
immediately. Dream Knight. That's sick
Oh,
as
yeah.
hell.
Oh, thank you. I made that.
That's sick as hell.
Oh, thank you.
Is it bad? I can't tell if he's being sarcastic or not.
No, I'm being dead serious. I did make that. Hold on.
Yeah.
We have a lot of cool content in Dicefunctional,
Yeah.
like as the whole. So hey, if this is your first time watching us, make sure to hit that follow button over here
I
at
just
twitch.tv/Dicefunctional.
I just put into the game chat, Adam.
Okay, I am reading. I know how to do that. My intelligence is high enough. What, I'm assuming Dream Knight is probably fight.
It's a fighter subclass.
Okay, it was right. We got this. All right.
I feel bad for this other necromancer that's randomly running around with me in game right now.
Why do you feel
Here.
bad? How do you...
I have 7 skeletal warriors that are just following me, and they have nothing because they're not high enough level yet. Like, you will get there, young one. I believe in you.
I go on TikTok for a second and I see somebody who got their email hacked and then their Taylor Swift tickets stolen, and I'm just like,
Brutal.
Jesus.
Oh, that sucks.
terrified. I'm paranoid about that happening, honestly. Not gonna lie. So
Yeah.
I'm constantly
Two-factor
like,
that shit.
I have two-factor on my email. So if you hack my email, you're screwed. And I think I have two-factor on my Ticketmaster account.
Do Dream Knights have any magic?
Magic in the same sense that, like, well, not really. I mean, how do you describe this? So,
Give me an overview
do you know
of
the?
classes.
Do you know
I'm not
the?
looking at
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you know the Echo Knight from
Becca
Mercer?
should know the Echo Knight.
Huh? I should?
Wasn't Clock an Echo Knight? Your holiday boy?
Well, he was the psychic fighter type. I don't remember what it was called. It might have been.
Yeah, well, it was an Echo Knight.
Okay,
Spoiler
okay,
alert.
then yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why I'm like,
Yeah, so
you
so-
should know this one, my guy.
They're magic in the same sense that, like, an Echo Knight is
So
magical.
like
They
kinetic.
not exactly. It's more like they have magic that they use exclusively for themselves. So it's more like a spell-like ability.
Ah, selfish.
Yeah, sure.
I don't fucking know. I'm just saying words, my dude.
Words.
Words.
Where's the pointy? Nope.
Monoganasi Dream Knight Evil. Okay. Okay.
So I probably should have asked, since I've been coming here for like months. These are characters' designs that are eventually going to get used.
I don't know. I was gonna be like, don't know what we're gonna use them, and Connor was like, don't worry about it.
Oh.
Please
Please DM me whenever the hot dilf goat man appears.
There are some that I will use and some that I kind of can't use. Like the hot mom.
yeah, the Fearbolt's kind of
say-
anachronistic.
Yeah, I can't really use that. It's incredibly anachronistic. But like, yeah, some of these I could definitely use in my game at some point.
Listen, it's fine. If we ever need characters for like one shots or side quests or something you guys want to do, you got them.
Yeah.
I mean,
We got
the characters
fair
that are
bit
too
of them, actually,
anachronistic, we
yeah.
could probably like sell as like NPCs for other people.
Ye old jorts.
Yeah. Well, because some people have like more modern settings, you know, or they'll have Fearbolg-like characters in a different.
God, I would love to play in a modern D&D game.
That would be interesting. The thing is, like, the thing that with modern D&D thing games is like, in my mind, it always has to be like, you have to kind of accept it with a bit of comedy, because otherwise, like, you're trying to act serious when you are, you know, walking around with a sword and shield in fucking San Francisco. You know, like it feels weird to take it
Well,
too seriously.
See, when I say modern, I think of like that weird like modern fantasy combination where it's like, yeah, they got electricity and plumbing, but also knights are real. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of why I like going with the early time periods, but not like too early, because like then I can still have stuff like electricity. I can still
So-
have
kind of like a Legend of Korra era.
yeah, kind of, to be honest.
gas lamp or whatever.
It's a fairly decent comparison, really. But it's just because like I don't want to make it entirely just like, nope, that doesn't exist, because that just feels a little boring to me. Like I like the idea of having guns and stuff like that in the game, because like the simple fact of the matter is, like, if you look historically guns have existed, or firearms of some sort have existed for a very fucking long time. Very long time. So the idea of having any kind of setting where you're like something close to medieval periods and a flintlock doesn't exist, that's kind of ridiculous. Because like flintlock, like there have been versions of firearms since, let's see what the earliest one is. I'm not going to include like the really early stuff where it was basically like using gunpowder to launch like an arrow or something like that. But
Plus, if you have magic, I imagine the amount of like development you can do, especially without Christianity.
yeah, so the Arabs and Mamluks had firearms in the late 13th century. Europeans had them by the 14th. It's entirely doable. So like I every time I see a setting where they're like, guns don't exist, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's really weird.
I can't wait to see Asher use the GTA 3 cheat code for rocket launcher.
Asher's got something planned that's
No.
better than a fucking rocket launcher, my guy.
No.
I'm listening.
Huh?
I'm listening. I'm looking.
Well,
Don't bring up whales here. Sorry, you said it like whale. My brain had to respond.
well, no. So, you know, in some games, how they have like charge rifles or fusion rifles.
Uh-huh.
So Asher's pistol already works. It's essentially a railgun already. It's just modified. It's using the catapult spell on a specific projectile, like a couple times, all in a row, to accelerate the projectile to a very fast speed. Now, imagine if you took something that was even heavier and you crammed more of those catapult spells, but then magnified them.
So you're talking like the mods for GTA where you can launch like cars at people.
I mean, maybe a little bit. I'm thinking more similar to something like out of Destiny 2, how they have fusion rifles and linear fusion rifles. It's literally all it is you're applying magic to a capacitor, storing that charge, and then releasing it all at once on a projectile.
Interesting.
Yep. So the thing is, instead of hey, it's moving at X speed, all of a sudden now you're just multiplying that right out of the gate. So the thing is instantly moving, you know, mock Jesus right out of a really short barrel.
Me when I
And
hear
the
my cat
projectile's
eating
bigger.
something they shouldn't be.
Huh?
Me when I hear my cat eating something they shouldn't be.
Yeah, pretty
What
much.
do you have?
What do you have?
Too faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's essentially Asher's building now. After the idea, instead of using the explosives to move the projectile, he is building essentially grenade-sized projectiles and using magic to launch them. And as you will with things like that, hey, you know, we go from he's been using a 10 gauge slug shotgun, which is big, it's a big slug. And then he comes up with the idea of the pistol, and okay, well, if I take something that's bigger than a 10 gauge slug and I put fins on it like an arrow, but then I launch it using magic, which can get it going faster, I can break the Geneva Convention in even more ways than I have before.
He's making the big boy from Fallout. Not nuclear. Oh, Fat Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not nuclear.
No, yeah, no. Asher does not do nuclear. That would be...
That'd be bad.
Also,
That'd be very bad.
speaking of big slug, that's kind of what it looks like she got around her shoulders. No, I mean, don't you make that noise at me. I'll book my flight out there right now. No, I like this. She got a big sea slug as a familiar.
No, it's meant to be pauldron.
Yeah, I was like, that looks like a
big pauldrons.
Yeah, I'm trying to do sexy armor. I'm sorry.
No, a sexy sea slug.
I'm trying to be sexy and I made sea slugs.
Hey, sea slugs can be sexy.
Yeah, sexy
No.
sea slug.
I
I'm sure
I
sea
don't like this
slugs
idea,
are sexy to
actually.
other sea slugs.
Sea slugs can only, you know that like Star Wars meme of the homophobic slug?
No.
Live slug
Live
reaction.
slug.
Live slug reaction.
There- Thank you, Jill.
No problem. I chime in every 30 minutes with my one thing I know.
Hold on, I gotta Google live slug reaction now. This is like when the other day, or like a week or two ago, everyone was like, "When will you wear wigs?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then I was watching an episode, and Jill referenced the Waffle House chair lady, and I'm like, "The what?" So I had to look that up. That was impressive, by the way. I want her on my side in a fight.
One hell of a catch.
I think she was.
She got fired and
yeah.
banned from ever working for Waffle House ever again.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
which makes
Fuck
no
off.
sense to
Bullshit.
me.
I would hire her in an instant as a bodyguard.
She already exists in my world as a. I'm not kidding.
If you're listening to this,
already
Waffle
have
Girl,
the tavern placed. Yeah.
if you're listening to
It's-
this, Waffle Girl, we love you.
Yes.
You did nothing wrong.
This looks less. This looks more like what I was actually trying to go
Slug.
for, which is more of a wavy design.
I've just been sitting here for a fucking hour doing nothing.
Yeah, and
Fair point.
It'd be like that sometimes, though.
I mean, I always encourage people to like. Well, I say always, like I've actively said this out loud before.
Always.
Always.
I encourage people to like do their own drawing like alongside me. Not
Bold of you to
listening this.
assume I have the mental energy to do anything creative today.
I mean, then yeah, that's fine.
I usually do draw along, but I like this. I am so drowsy still.
That's
I'm
so
like
fair.
so sleepy.
Mood, though.
Me and the creative process have been fighting for the last few days because struggling for personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that.
I think she needs really tall boots.
Really tall boots.
Yeah.
That's so fair. So valid. Damn the music. Just adding some.
I also think they should be platform boots.
Ooh,
I agree. That one I like. I like that.
Yes.
Big, large, heavy
Yeah.
feet.
Means I have to actually draw the feet now.
Damn, draw them grippers.
Do
No.
not draw the grippers.
Honestly,
Anything
it's
but
funny
the
that you guys
grippers.
said like the big platform boots because I was really feeling like I was gonna say Becca, consider Bratz vibes. With regard to like the passion for fashion,
Right, right.
but also the massive feet. For some reason, that was the style.
Yes.
I think it was to balance out the massive heads.
Yes.
Probably. And also
Most
because if
likely.
your entire toy line forces you to remove the doll's feet to change her shoes, it's marketed to kids, it's gotta be big. Or else you're gonna lose
Yeah.
feet really easily.
I also do feel like that era was like chunky fashion.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Polly Pocket? They were chunky. Just smaller.
True.
Yeah, they were chunky because they were rubber.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
meant like the actual fashion of the like the early 2000s was like chunky clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Like chunk
yeah.
heels, like
Yeah.
the big like.
Her casual outfit is the fucking platform flip flops.
Love those.
Jesus.
Listen, as somebody who like actually grew up like fully, I was like a teenager in the like late '90s, early 2000s. I miss all the chunkiness, honestly.
I love chunkiness in clothing.
I had
Wow, you have to specify in clothing.
All right.
Let us
okay.
let us
we're
chunky
in our-
people live, okay?
We're in
That's
our
why you can't look at me.
fat-phobic era. All right. We've
Wow.
progressed past homophobic and entered fatphobic. All right.
when I was like in like seventh grade. I went to Catholic school my entire life.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well. But like, so we weren't given a lot of like individuality, and like the one thing we could get away with was shoes. But like up to like high school,
Oh my
before
God.
high school, they were specific about shoes.
Get them cheers.
But they weren't super like they couldn't be sneakers. They had to be like dress shoes or like tied up like Oxfords. And I had these like chunky ass
Cheers.
like platforms that were like
Mhm.
Oxford platforms, and they were like my favorite shoes in the world that I've been like still striving to like find them now. I love
Mhm.
them so much.
Is 90s fashion still coming back?
It's like Y2K shit now.
The
See,
bad
I-
it went away
parts of it
far
are.
quicker.
Yeah.
My fashion sense literally forever has been t-shirt, some kind of comfortable shorts. That's it.
Mhm.
I don't need to be fashionable. I want to be comfortable.
If I have to look at a pair of low-rise jeans
Oh
again
no!
in the year of our Lord
Yeah.
2023, I'm gonna rip my entire
Oh,
face off.
You said
It's
low.
gonna happen.
Yeah, you said low-rise jeans, and I had a war flashback to fucking Sims 2 custom content.
think so did
So
Jill.
fair.
A
That's
fucking visceral reaction.
That was just like I don't. My brain didn't make any connection there for a second. I was like, Sims 2. Huh?
Huh?
What in the
What?
world? Where am I? I didn't start modding Sims 4, The Sims until Sims 4. So
Sweet summer child.
yeah. I also didn't play Sims 2. I played a little bit of the original Sims when I was like too young to be playing Sims.
Yeah, that's
And
fun.
then I played a little bit of Sims 3, and then I really got into Sims 4. And then I fell out of Sims 4. And here I
Yeah.
am.
I haven't played Sims 4 in like years. It's just, I don't know. Sims 2 still holds up though. If you can acquire it, definitely play it. It's still pretty good. Actually, I will say, I had a thought last week that I just remembered. We were talking, Jason and I were talking about, we were specifically talking about cars. Bear with me.
Hey, Sean.
Bear with me. We were talking about how I was playing like a car game from the early, like the sort of like late thousands, early, like before the 2010s, and how like looking at the trends of like modifying cars and like the aesthetics and like look of cars could really like tell you what was in at that time. And I just had the same thought of like the furniture from like The Sims 2 from like 2004.
Oh God, yeah.
Mm.
You get the same thing when you're going through like houses and stuff like that. Like it's weird how much of that stuff just gets kind of.
It's like we thought this was cool and functional. That's the shape of your couch?
What
Damn,
is
bitch.
wrong with?
Do you live like this?
Junko jeans? What the hell are those things?
Listen, okay.
You keep the Jinko Jean slander out of your goddamn mouth right
calm
now.
the fuck down. Also, I'll
Kill
do you
you.
one more. Trip pants.
Ah,
Yes!
I wanted a pair of those growing up so bad, and my
They
mom
are-
always said no.
They are the fucking
I-
best.
I want a pair right now.
Yeah, same. When I get enough money together, I'm getting myself a pair.
Do
Because
they make them in shorts? Because I want trip
I think
shorts.
so. Here's the fun thing about them. There are a lot of
Zippers.
different styles that have zippers at the knees, so you can turn
Oh.
them into shorts.
I googled
Is
trip
it about-
shorts. They exist. Let's
Yes,
go.
they do. That was the thing. You would wear them, and especially because again, I grew up in Indiana. It was cold in the morning, and then it would be warmer in the afternoon.
Right.
And you'd come out of school at some point and unzip part of your pants.
Yeah, I gotta unzip those trips, baby.
You
I still love that I said Junko jeans and like I got like people like, watch your fucking mouth.
Watch your
Don't you
fucking mouth.
dare. I will
look
appreciate.
so
I don't stand for
goofy.
Jinko Jean slander. I also want a pair of Jinko jeans. I think they're great.
No, they are.
I will never say I will
I had
never
to
say
look
other
them
people
up.
can't like it, but like for me, no, I will never wear
They're
that.
big.
They're
big
definitely-
pants.
They're definitely not to my style. I see.
Oh,
appeal.
those bitches.
No,
Those
what
bitches.
my 90s 2K whatever fashion that I honestly really love is like the tube top and cargo pants combo, which is all over like Clueless, the
that's a
movie I
look.
showed you.
Yeah.
I love
Okay.
that look so much.
Can I just say, in terms of like Clueless is like so interesting because Clueless actually drove a lot of fashion trends. Because no one was dressing like that when that movie came out. No one was dressing like Cher. No one was.
Yeah, and
doing that.
everyone like looked at it and was like, "They're right."
It truly was like. Oh, and like no one was talking like that either. Like some of it was like California speak, but no one was really talking
Yeah,
like
it's like-
that. And like
I think it was you who actually told me that like they got like a Berkeley vocab guide or something.
yeah, they have like because I read there's a oral history of Clueless that is like fascinating because that movie it changed a lot and people don't realize how much it changed because it is so female focused, and since it's female focused, it gets looked down on always. But it did a lot. Like people were not talking like that. People were not dressing like that.
It's credited with the first like it's the I know sometimes I need to like double check this, but it's, to my knowledge, it's credited with the first recorded instance of saying whatever, which is so wild to me because it's like whatever is
Whatever.
it's so like I feel like it's so integral to our current like just English.
Integral?
If as well.
Shut up.
No one's really using that.
Oh, English major.
I read.
It is. Actually, Becca, I think you should actually read the book because it's actually the whole thing's kind of just like very fascinating. And it's like a very fast read. It's a very it's not a super thick book like a lot of oral histories can be. Like the one on MTV is thick.
Oh, is it like a history on Clueless?
Yeah, it's an oral history of like the making of Clueless.
So it's like a podcast?
No, it's a book. Have you never? Do you not know what a?
Have you never
You
read
don't know what a book is?
Have you never?
Damn, we're
Thank
learning
you,
things all the time now.
No, like okay, there are books. There are oral histories, so there are books that are like.
So you said oral history, so it's like, oh, someone's
No, because
talking
it's
to me.
It's not told because it's not told in like.
Okay,
it's
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 recording
like-
oral history. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like a recording of like
Yeah,
like it's not told in like portions of like it's not told in like it's like told in like it's like interviews like cut together essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. That's kind of like my favorite kind of nonfiction book. I like the way that when nonfictions are told in that. There's like one on MTV that's like about the first 10 years called I Want My MTV. Very good. It's very good.
I mean, I'd be interested in reading about the history of Clueless because, like, I love Clueless so
Called
much.
As If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
As if.
I own it, but it is packed away because I've been packing stuff, and the first thing they got packed were all my books.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we finally found storage today. Oh my god, that
Also-
reminds me of what happened today.
Just a quick. I'm drawing this like totally skimpy Dream Knight armor. I'm just imagining like an adventuring party defeating her and taking her armor. And then,
Plot twist, though.
and then it goes to the fighter. This is like really
Everyone in the party's holding up going, so who's gonna wear this?
Brad, the barbarian, is like,
you see-
"Mick, got it."
I
No,
need
well,
to
no.
Not
Brad's
barbarian, but like
Barbarians won't wear. He's gotta be a
paladin.
fighter.
I
Yeah.
need to propose to you.
Orcish paladin wearing the skimpiest armor.
Oh, see, I was gonna propose to you the idea of the party
Paladin
from,
of the Dawn Father.
Cock is being hugged hard by that thing.
What about it?
It's not. No, this is loose. This like, it's protecting the.
That just tells you how big his
It's-
cock is.
Flexible. No, listen. I was gonna propose specifically the party for Jace's game, defeating her
Oh,
and
it
getting
goes
this
to
armor.
Donnie.
Yeah, who's the fighter?
I mean,
Hey Becca, can you send me that picture of that outfit later? I have some fan art of my own character to make. Except for
Do it.
the only thing is that he has to ditch the boots.
He can keep his.
look, if it's magical armor, it will configure.
Also, you can
How
just
do you-
like.
how
You
do
have
you
two
configure-
choices. You have two choices. You chop off the bottom of the boots so that your like hooves stick out, or you pack the like toes of the boot with like.
Okay, so it's like platforms, like it's
Yeah,
like when yeah.
it's what Grover did in the Percy Jackson book. Like he stuffed like socks basically, and
Yeah. When you get the shoes and they're too big, so you're like, I gotta put on 7 pairs of socks.
who needs a
Have
full
to
plate when
say-
you have lingerie? It's magical armor.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be.
It keeps you flexible.
Can I talk about
Oh.
that today because it's very funny?
Sure.
Okay, so my mom got a new storage space for
Oh,
us
this
to
is
like
a perfect song.
put
to
all our
listen to.
stuff in. We did 2 trips, and then on the second trip, we're
Uh-huh.
like struggling, and it's one of those. Sorry, this is blocking my room. I don't know where that came from, we had one of those. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's not the regular keys. It's the key that's like a circle.
Yeah.
Right? And we cannot get it to work. We cannot get it to work. So my mom's like, I'm gonna go talk to the office. She walks away, and I do it a couple times, and then I go, something's not right. I look up, and we're at the wrong place. The one that we're at the wrong room. The one that is the one next door, right next to it. But I literally go over there, put the key in, comes up perfectly, and I'm like, I'm yelling because it's a storage space. So like, I don't know if you notice, like they're all like, it's all concrete and like metal. So I just like yell really loud and hope that it echoes through before my mom goes to the office and looks stupid. And she comes. I go, Mom, it's the wrong. It's fine. We were at the wrong one. She turns around. She's just laughing like, oh my god. It was
Incredible. Something similar happened to my mom once on one of our cruises, because she just went to the room, like the wrong room. I was trying to put her room key in, and it's just like, she messaged me. She's like, help. And I'm like, where are you? Oh shit, wrong room.
currently like just sitting here crafting while watching you.
So, what's the AC on this armor?
21.
-3.
69.
Nice.
Very different answers.
It's sexy.
16.9.
It's
Yeah.
it's only 18, but it gives you advantage on saves against magic effects.
Interesting.
And you
I'd
can't
wear
be
it.
charmed because you're the charmingest
Yeah.
Yes,
there.
and you're
the
immune to charm.
sexiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, with my friend growing up, I am not immune to charmed. It's very exposed to charmed.
I loved Charmed when I was in middle school.
Oh, that was the joke you were making. God damn it.
There it is.
Hee hee hoo hoo. Ha 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 ha.
Shut up, nerd.
Bitch.
Getting so violent over here.
That's fine. It's how guys get along.
Yeah, because I always tell them, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't be talking to you at all. Never
Yeah.
mind the fun banter.
That's basically how it works. If a guy doesn't like another guy, you just don't be near them. You just
Yeah.
don't tolerate them. You just walk away. Be done with it. I can't really speak for the typical AFAB perspective on that kind of shit. I only know what I do.
I mean, in my from anecdotes from my other female friends, they get petty. It's a very petty environment.
I feel like I'll do both, depending on the person. If I'm just like whatever, like it's like all right, whatever. But if they really piss me off, it's like all right, now it's time to be petty.
I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm not petty.
Oh, I'm petty.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If
I'm extremely petty.
So here's the thing. See now you guys are talking about the thing and like. Yes, in that sense, like if you like, but the thing is, I will always be petty in very small ways that you won't realize have happened until it's too late and it's already happened. So like, if you've caused trouble for me, I'm going to wind up causing trouble for you, but you will most likely never know I did it, and I'm not going to claim it. It's just it's going to happen, and you're not going to know what happened, and I'm just going to feel good about it.
I could also just be a bitch.
Oh,
That's a fun
me?
talent I have. Literally, Jessica and I were at the movies yesterday. Sorry for full naming her in front of God and everyone.
Oh no! How will they ever survive?
I want it known that I always called Jess Jessica until we got into this group and you guys all started calling her Jess, and I felt weird calling her Jessica still. So Jess and I were at the movies yesterday seeing John Wick 4, and she went to the bathroom, and she was like, "Okay," the whole row in front of us was sold out, and there was a group of like young adults outside, and we were nervous about all of them coming to see John Wick. And she was like, "If they come on in the bathroom, like, I think you can handle it." And she's like, "You're tough," and she was like, "You're also just mean." And I was like, "Yeah, all right, that's true." And I was like, "I'm excited for the opportunity to possibly be mean." I didn't get to because they were very well behaved, like young adults.
This is why
was like,
you've
"Aw, man."
created oh god, Prosper.
Yeah,
So you can
I
be
want to be
mean
mean again.
again.
I can't be mean
Please.
as Rot. Rot's too nice.
A sweet boy.
He's so sweet.
That's
It's hard out here. I
Yeah,
can't even cuss as Rot.
I don't know what I'm gonna do because I've also made a sweet boy as my like first character. I'm like, I'm gonna have to behave.
Or just don't.
No, but he is.
Don't-
He's
don't
like
behave.
he's a sweet good boy. For now, he's gonna start as a
For
sweet
now.
good boy. We'll see what happens.
The story won't
Right,
end that
right.
way. I can promise you that.
I'm well aware you are going to break my sweet boy.
I've already begun to let Michelle in on some stuff, and it's already been
She's told. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's
She
like,
hasn't told us anything, but she was like,
Yeah.
Chase is lower dumping at me.
it was really funny. It literally goes, "So what do you want to know?" And I go, "Everything."
Uh-oh.
like,
Paragraph.
alright.
I was
Emma,
like,
Here we
"Thank
go.
you."
is Donnie in danger?
Maybe.
All of us are
I'm
in
in-
danger.
I'm in danger.
I told Adam this earlier, but I had a dream that I was like about Lydia. I was like,
Yeah,
and I was,
excellent.
I basically dreamed we were doing session 1, and I was like,
Mhm.
If that ain't an indication that we're like hyped to play, I don't know what
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah. No, I'm hyped to run it. Like it's
Hell yeah.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
I was messaging Becca earlier too, and I was like, I really hope everyone likes my character.
I can assure you,
I-
Lydia will.
I genuinely everyone has good characters.
Yeah.
They're all
And,
very good characters. It
and
might
tall.
take
Except
it might take a little while for everyone to like the
Mhm.
characters to like get along as friends in an adventuring party and whatnot.
Right.
But any good group of characters, it usually takes just a bit to kind of figure it all out.
I mean, look at us. Fucking A.
Yeah,
Characters-
exactly.
Are just now like
Oops.
starting to be somewhat cohesive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just how it is.
It is. And I it's my opinion, especially when it's whether it's, you know, obviously specifically D&D or like any like good adventuring group that you get in a story, there's always that like friction at first because they're trying to like, you know, you get that human story where people are trying to like let down their walls, but hey, there's baggage. But then you start figuring out, oh shit, like, oh, yeah, your baggage might not be the same as mine, but
I'm sorry.
dude,
Who's
I feel
hunting you for sport?
Yeah.
My new best friend.
Bored right now.
Yeah.
Except for grandma, but you know.
Yeah. No, I have no idea.
I remember the last time I hunted grandma for sport.
I
Damn.
want you to know, I hate that.
What?
I hate every
I
bit
feel
of
like
that.
I don't even know what the fuck just happened.
Don't worry about it.
All right, well, now I'm
Also-
worried about it.
I was talking to my mom, but were we talking about Granny in reference to Michelle saying grandma? Did you just legally full name Granny Gunslinger?
Yes, grandma.
Grandmother gunslinger?
Grandmother.
Grandma.
Don't do that. Don't do that ever again.
Grandmother gunslinger? Shooter of
I don't
bad
like
guys
it.
and robber of trains?
I don't like it. Grandmother Gunslinger is a different character from Granny Gunslinger.
That's
don't know
her.
her.
Yeah, that's her evil doppelganger.
I don't like her. She seems mean.
Grandmother Gunslinger is a chain smoker.
I don't like her.
Grandmother
her
Gunslinger
out.
would.
Hey, you little bastard.
Grandmother
I'm gonna let you get
Gunslinger.
80 paces out and I'm gonna take your fucking head off.
Grandmother Gunslinger smells like an
I went
ashtray.
and fucked my whiskey.
Grandmother Gunslinger would have tortured Verzeel.
Yeah, would have spearheaded the effort. Grandmother Gunslinger would be in the room with Swearo going like, "Hey, you want me to
Hey.
stab this guy?"
Alright, are we stabbing this guy yet?
Why
I
is
was
Grandmother
No, but
Why is
I'm
Grandmother
waiting with
Gunslinger from Brooklyn?
Why the fuck does
don't
it
worry
matter?
about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried, Grandmother.
You don't gotta worry about it, son.
Oh my god. The Gunsinger's a DJ duo? Wait, really?
No.
Yes.
The Chainsmokers.
Yes.
All right.
Got
All
him.
right. That got
This
me.
just got better.
Got him.
If I put a lineup of a bunch of white guys in front of you and told you to point out which one were the chain smokers, you wouldn't be able to do
No,
it.
you would never be able
Yeah,
to
I
fucking
would-
do it. Are you kidding me?
Hard
There's
mode.
no way.
I wouldn't be able to do it, but I've never seen a picture of them.
I've never seen
Exactly.
Jeff Chainsmoker, so I
If
wouldn't know
I
what he
saw
looks
that
like.
man walking down the street, I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to
Mr.
this
Jeff
man.
Chainsmoker.
Mr. Jeff Chainsmoker.
Man,
Founder of the
I'm
What's
Chainsmokers.
up with
sorry
you guys?
about
It's Jeff
that man.
Chainsmoker.
Oh my god.
They all got
Jeff
the same
Chainsmoker
voice.
is grandmother Gunslinger.
Yeah,
Welcome to
grandmother.
Dicefunctional. I'm Jeff Chainsmoker. This is my character, Grandmother Gunslinger.
No.
Jesus
No.
Christ.
Grandmother Jeff Gunslinger Chain Smoker. Oh, that hurt my brain to try to say in that order.
I want
Too
off.
much.
I want off this ride.
I want out.
Becca, are you
I
saying you
want
can't
out.
handle this train ride?
No.
I want
Oh,
Is that a reference?
I was trying to make like a train.
Is
train
that a ref?
Trade
Is
second?
that a
It's like
reference?
trains,
I'm
like
unsure.
the
Did you say
train
train
smoker.
Shut the fuck up. The train smokers. That was the dumbest joke I've heard ever.
I love it.
happened?
Really stupid joke was made. That's what happened.
I want to
It
commit
is-
arson.
Same.
Same.
I feel that in my bones, Charlie.
Anyway, back to silence.
Johnny,
Always
Close
happy to
back.
have you, Charlie.
I want to
Oh,
commit arson.
hey.
Bye.
That whole situation of laughing and everything just made my nose bleed.
Oh my god! No!
Jesus
Excellent.
Christ.
Yeah, I went
Excellent.
I sniffed, wiped my nose, and there's fully just blood on my finger.
Oh no!
That's excellent.
That's a
I
W.
love it.
Oh, worth it.
Always worth it.
So we're all gonna die tomorrow, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I got my backup
Same.
guy ready. For imminent death.
Oh,
Also
I
infinite. Fuck it.
fully thought you were talking about the real us right now. It took me a hot
No,
second
no,
to
no.
realize.
Yeah,
Oh,
we all have like
Also that though.
we are being hunted
What?
for sport in
I
real
am-
life,
yeah.
and
I am currently.
he's about
I
to
mean,
catch up.
I am
Yeah.
currently bleeding, so
Yeah. I'm a...
It's inevitable. I got a 3D printed dragon and I love it very much.
You got a 3D printed
Ooh,
dragon you
it's-
haven't shown me.
I'm sorry.
I also have a 3D printed dragon, but it's a dice
That's how we
roller.
get Becca to react to things.
Hold on, I'll send a picture of him. He came in a little rainbow egg.
Oh,
that's
I
pretty
like
cute.
him. I like him. It's going to
Oh,
cast. See, whatever.
what do you guys use for rolling dice into, like IRL?
Oh, look at him.
Dice tray.
Oh, he's
A
so
little-
cute.
I also have a dice tray.
I have a dice tray.
I have a little hexagonal shaped dice tray.
I
that-
have a little I have a drawer that my dice tray is in, and I just open it and I roll into that, and then
That's fair.
session is
Although
done,
I-
I close it.
I do have a special case that I bought for Lydia dice that's shaped like a book, and technically I think it has a teeny tiny dice tray in it.
I might just roll them on my desk and hope nothing falls off.
Yeah.
Just be warned. If you ever get any sort of stone dice, you have to get a dice tray.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to. Because if you roll it on a hard surface, it'll crack and break.
Those dice cost so much money, and I'm cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You have any
That's
sets
fair.
of clicky clacky plastic dice I could buy?
Many. I was in the same boat for the longest time. Then I went to a convention and I spent $90 on a set, and I've never looked back.
Yeah, same.
I'm a monster now.
There's a fly in my room.
Ugh.
It's
Kill
very
it.
annoying. I'm
Jeff
trying
Goldblum?
to, but it landed on my TV, which I will not be doing because I use that as a screen.
Throw a shoe at it.
Oh no, La Chancla!
Hey.
I was thinking
Hey.
something a lot more violent. I'm not gonna
Consoles are
say
very
it out
violent,
loud.
actually.
Yeah, have you ever seen someone administer La Chancla?
I have.
No.
I've had it done to me.
I was like, Michelle
I'm
is
sorry.
keeping.
I'm
I know.
stupid.
I was talking to Jill. It's like,
I put what I was
Out.
thinking in the cast VC response.
That's awesome.
you, you know the one.
Damn right. I
Everyone.
will. I will give him
That's what I was
credit.
thinking.
He fucking dodged that shoe pretty goddamn well.
Yeah.
He did. He did. Oh god, that video is very good.
I was gonna say something that's kind of related to George Bush, but I don't know if I should say it.
Go ahead. I don't give a shit.
I was gonna say he
Freedom
dodged it a lot better than the tower dodged
No!
Oh,
that plane. You guys are a
brutal.
bad influence.
Jesus.
Da, 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 da.
So
We're here.
funny enough, me and Becca literally have like
We
we're
literally
listening to,
had
like,
an in-depth conversation about Twin Tower jokes.
Yeah.
And whether or not they
Well,
were
yeah.
like
Well, it's because we were listening. I listened to a podcast called Last Podcast on the Left, and it's a podcast that's about a lot of like darker topics. So like cults, criminals, and of course like stuff like 9/11 and like the conspiracies that are around it, and like it's like even in that show where like they are willing to like be a little bit more lenient on believing things. They're like, yeah, no, this is fucking ridiculous. Everything about this is stupid. And actually, like, it was one of the most fascinating things because it was the first time I actually heard that the tower itself, or the towers themselves, were badly made.
Yeah.
Like, so like the entire idea on the Twin Towers was they were designed with what was effectively like a steel core instead of steel lattice work, which was what most towers or skyscrapers of the size had, because the lattice work worked really well, but the issue is that by having that lattice work, you lost room for rooms and offices.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
So instead of doing that and having it properly supported, they had a giant steel core inside the actual tower itself. But that giant steel core should have been fire rated and fire treated. It wasn't.
Nope.
Oh, so this is similar. It's not the same, but it's giving me the vibes of, I want to say maybe like, not like 5-6 years ago or something. That big fire that happened in was it London? It was somewhere in the UK, where that whole ass apartment complex
Oh,
just
good night, John.
went up.
Mhm.
Trying to remember what the fuck that was called.
Oh.
Because of the
yeah.
it was like an old building that they had renovated with, and the way that the the new siding that they had put on basically funneled fire up the sides of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it basically acted like, and the biggest thing,
Grenfell
Grenfell Tower,
Tower.
according to Sean, because Sean is from
Yes.
the European land,
I know what you're talking about.
He's
okay.
from Scotland.
but
Okay.
it's
I did remember
I got you, Sean,
London
don't worry.
correctly, yeah.
but the thing is, like, that kind of information changes the entire view on those conspiracy theories of, you know, jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Because here's the thing, yeah, it doesn't. You know, but
Unless
if you're talking about steel beams that aren't fire treated in a large office building that is covered in jet fuel, that is also surrounded with paper, because this was the turn of the century, they still had paper up there, not fucking computers. So there were sheets and sheets of paper on there. It was basically a fucking furnace.
Well, that's any
And that
office
worked.
building anymore.
That's
funny how
that-
that
yeah,
works.
not anymore.
There were still a lot of computers back then.
Yeah, it's true, but still, the place was just surrounded with paper, had a lot of ventilation because it was so wide open, didn't have proper support, had a poorly made main structure to the entire thing, and like all of that just basically adds up to, yeah, of course it was gonna fucking fall. It got hit with a airplane. Not only did it get hit with an airplane, that building was built in the 70s, and at that point it was rated for a 707, not a 737, which were smaller planes. So it was a building that was not ready for it, not supported for it, not fireproofed, full of fireproof material. Of course it was going to fall. And it was so fascinating
quick,
to learn it all.
Becca,
There was also
I
all the
liked-
stuff about the fire suppression system that wasn't
I
adequate for it.
liked the
Yeah,
I
it
liked
wasn't
the
adequate.
Dark Souls.
You liked the
That
Dark
are
Souls?
on-
I was trying to avoid being too much like a bumblebee.
No, I think the Pink
You think
Souls
it
look weird.
works? Okay.
Yeah, I like the Dark Souls. Usually when I think of like the souls of
I thought we were talking about the video game.
shoes. Also, did you want to add the little strappy parts of the all the belts on the other boot too?
Yeah, we can give her a strap.
Yeah.
What?
Look how
What?
she's got to. You see her left boot has the little like
Oh,
nubby.
yeah. I thought about it before, and I was like, oh, it's fine. It's just hidden. But yeah, I guess it does look a little weird.
That was just what comment. So I forgot that we were actually watching Becca draw, and I figured I'd provide some feedback.
Yeah, thanks. No, yeah, I
Well,
appreciate it.
Oh, damn. Well, no, I mean, in fairness, like almost all of these streams do turn into talking about other things while other
Yeah,
things
but
happen.
like I encourage people to pipe in.
Yes.
Yeah,
and-
it was
and
just
be like-
that one was like, no, hey, put that back. I like that.
No, stop it.
So fair. So
Could
fair.
you
But yeah,
stop
no,
that?
But yeah, no, sorry. I just I am always fascinated by grim topics. I couldn't tell you why, but
Well,
like that
I mean, I don't. Yeah,
that series was so cool. Learning about all the little bits and bobs about it, like all the details, because I didn't get to hear all of it. I was like,
Bits and bobs.
I was like 5 at the time. Yeah, 4. Wait, no.
No, you were 4.
Yeah, no, I was 4 at that time.
I was like, you were 4. You were barely 4 at that.
Yeah, but like I didn't get to see all the news coverage and stuff like that. But like
I did.
it's just also very
It was a weird
fascinating
time.
because like once you look at it with that lens, you realize that the conspiracies around them are just based around ignorance and an unwillingness to
Oh, yeah.
learn about and understand the situation.
And also xenophobia.
And yes, and
Yeah.
rampant xenophobia, absolutely.
Also,
God.
Jace-
So,
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. No, never mind. Go ahead.
you go.
I was just, never mind. I forgot. My brain went, nope.
Incredible.
What about me?
Nothing. Never mind. I don't know.
Oh.
Yes,
Go ahead,
Jill.
Joe.
I was just gonna say this is a little dark, but I also, as we know, is the same-ish age for the big old 9/11. But in high school, every single year on September 11th, we had our 9/11 Remembrance Day.
Oh my
where
god.
We would sit in English class and watch all of the news clips of people flinging themselves from the top floors of the building. Which is not yeah, which is so fucked up to do to teenagers. That's so
That's-
messed
What?
up.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's
Like we would sit and
Was that
watch
a-
the news clips and shit from
What-
like people dying, and I was like,
I'm
and they're
sorry.
like, this was a national tragedy, and I'm like, yeah, it was. I
Yeah,
wasn't
we know.
like
You
conscious
don't need to keep
see
showing
it.
us this.
I've seen
Holy
those clips
shit.
probably
Okay,
like
that-
5 to 6 times over the past like my high school experience. It sucked.
That
Terrible.
boggles my mind
Bad.
That's
because
wild.
like
we did not do that.
No.
Yeah, neither did we.
The only thing my school really did was one of my classes had an assigned reading of a fictional book that followed a the emotional journey basically of a girl whose mom died in the towers. And it was like one of those like I don't know. And then we actually got the author to come talk to us for some reason. But like that's
Cool.
it. It's all we really like. And then obviously like
Remember.
the like we had like a moment of silence on the day after the Pledge of Allegiance. But
now I remember what I was gonna ask,
Oh, go ahead, pop off.
which is Jace. You were
Mhm.
the only other person in this group that was like oldish enough to like have done
Mhm.
this. Did you watch live footage on the day?
Yep. Yep.
Me too.
Yeah, sixth
You
grade.
were 6th grade. Okay.
Yep.
That makes
I
sense.
remember. So gym class, there was this whole people were talking about. Oh yeah, something hit one of the twin towers in New York. They're like, yeah, the rumor leaving gym class was it was like a helicopter or something.
oh,
And then I go into my next class and it was like, oh no, it was much bigger than a helicopter. Like I was literally just thinking like, oh wow, it's just like a really bad tragic accident, you know, whatever. But then it was like, oh yeah, no, a fucking plane hit, and we were just like, oh
Huh.
well,
Junior in
and
high
then-
school.
yeah. Well, then it's funny to hear all you guys talk about. Oh yeah, we have these remembrance days and whatever. Yeah, we watched it on TV the one day, and then nobody ever really gave a shit again.
wow.
No, 9/11
we never
forget.
really
Respect.
We never forget. Yeah, it was just like whatever. It was just like a really weird, fucked up thing that we saw on TV one time, and then some of us knew some people who, you know, enlisted because of it.
Right.
But
Of course,
and
I think
then
everybody and their mother knows
some of them
someone like
went off
that,
and
man.
got killed. But beyond that, it wasn't like anyone was like, oh well, it was this like no, who fucking cares? Like genuinely, that was the attitude around it.
It didn't become the like weird like that stuff till like a few years later.
Mhm.
I remember. See, my memory of it is I was 16, so I was a junior in high school, and a friend of mine came outside of like after homeroom was like a plane crashed into the Trade Center. I didn't know what even that was because like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have really like I had been to New York. Like I went to New York like a couple years before. Like I went to New York in like '99. But like I didn't remember the World Trade Center. I didn't know what the fuck that was. And then
The what?
that's true. And then literally in every class, I could tell you I had physics and I had psychology and I had I think writing. I don't know. You know like how you mentioned, Jill, like people flinging themselves off buildings? I have like
Yeah.
I am so traumatized. Like I don't remember that. I don't remember actually. I remember seeing the footage. Could not tell you actually what the footage was, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I have blocked that out of my brain. 'Cause I don't want to think about that.
I
Becca?
fully. Oh, good.
I was gonna make a suggestion. You know, like stiletto nails, like really fucking long fingernails.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm feeling for her.
Okay.
Yes.
So fair.
If she's not wearing nails,
She's not doing drag.
drag.
Um,
Sorry. Go ahead.
but no, you're right. In those classes that I talked about where we had to watch those like videos and stuff, we would watch it one time through, right? Like the video of the like stuff falling off the building, and then we would watch it a second time through, and the teacher would pause it, and she'd go, "Do you know what
Again, in
that is?"
slow motion.
Well, no, she would point at these little specks, and she'd go, "You know what that is? Those
That's
are
a person.
people."
That's a person, babes.
Jesus Christ.
And then we would watch it a third time, knowing that all the specks we were seeing were people.
Why did they?
And
do
then we would
Not if
watch.
the
We
plane and
watched.
people die.
We of course watched like the live footage on the news, like the clips of the second plane hitting, and like all the reactions from news people. Which, as a hormonal high schooler, that really isn't how you want to like start your day, because this was an
Fuck
early
no.
morning
That's
class.
fucked up. Real quick suggestion for the color. Oh, I was thinking red.
I keep trying to work red in, and it's just not like working.
Try
for me.
it. Try it as like a small enough detail.
I feel like
May I
yes.
suggest an alternative?
Yes.
So long stilettos on most of the fingers, but long gold claws,
Oh,
like the jewelry.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I thought for sure you were gonna suggest long stilettos on all the fingernails except for 2.
Yeah, I was
No.
really afraid you were gonna go there.
No.
Which fingers
Like-
have the? What were you thinking?
Well, I'm not looking at it currently, but the summoner outfit in Final Fantasy, it's got it on the pointer finger, the middle finger, and the thumb.
Hmm.
So do with that what you will. You could just do middle finger and thumb, or just like middle finger, or
I would.
So
Third finger,
traditionally, in I think it was probably mainly the Chinese that did this. The royals would have these like basically the same thing but like lacquered on their pinkies and I think sometimes their ring fingers. So I've always really liked that look. But I think
Is she right-handed?
judging from her pose, yes.
Because I would say do the cool claws on her opposite hand.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
and I do like the this kind of thing. I'm just gonna do a really simple design because I
Yes. Oh, yes.
work it, girl. Yes, Queen Slay.
Yeah. Boots the house down.
Boots the house. You're fishy, girl. You're fishy.
Yes, she's serving fish.
You're learning. Wow.
I'm so proud.
And now I will proceed to explain the joke. You see, it's funny because she's a water genasi.
Boo, shut up.
That's why I screamed, yes, she's serving fish. Can you give her a fish tattoo on one of her like thighs?
Ooh.
Like a cool aquatic tattoo?
Okay, let me muse on that while I think about nail colors.
Not to make you draw tattoos on both
Fish.
the characters from tonight.
See, I kind of don't want her nails to be like a dark color. That's
Well, I was thinking like in the red family, but like more more red, more towards the orange than the pink. Maybe not that orange.
wait, hold on.
Like almost.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that every time I see red and pink next to each other, I want to claw my eyes out because of the Little Mermaid. Her
Mm.
red hair and that pink dress, hated it. Hated it.
Yeah,
Oh.
see,
It's bad to me. I was like, this is wrong. This should not be real.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
How about this like
Just know it's-
sunset orange kind of?
Salmon.
yeah,
Salmon.
salmon. I don't hate that.
Salmon.
Who's Sal?
I kind of like it.
I
This
do
is
think.
Sal. Her name's Salmon.
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 It's-
Joan Salmon.
It's spelled salmon, but it's pronounced salmon.
Yeah, the L
Salmon.
isn't silent.
Yeah.
Her last name is Ella.
Ella Salmon.
Salmonella.
God, we really did just make Salmon Ella is such a good. We're serving
love her.
fish, honey.
Salmonella.
Salmonella. Fish tattoo. Fish pet. Fish.
Fish.
What do you call a fish with no eyes?
Fish.
Fish.
Hey,
It's a good joke. It's a great joke,
It's a
even.
good joke.
A
It's a
joke.
good
It's an
joke.
amazing joke, even.
Mm.
Nice head.
Why did my phone buzz? Matt's live.
Oh. Ba, 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 ba,
Oh,
ba, ba, da,
the
ba,
most proper
ba.
song just came on.
Oh.
It's strutting.
I like your strut.
Like, we already had villain songs on for her. It's time to strut.
You guys want to hear another bad joke?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where does the king keep his armies?
In his
In his
sleeveys?
sleeves.
In his sleeves.
Ugh.
Good
What?
jokes. His
God damn it,
armies.
Adam.
Oh,
In his sleeves.
sleeveys.
Your delayed what?
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 Very good.
Ah.
Oh, obviously she needs a tattoo of a salmon. Hold on.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Oh god,
Salmon.
I googled
Salmon-
I googled
salmon
image
from
search
Minecraft.
salmon, and I immediately remembered that one AI image of like someone trying to get like salmon in a river.
Salmon in a
and
river?
It was like the salmon like what are they called? Fillets.
It's-
The meat.
It's a bunch of salmon fillets in a fucking river.
Yeah. Boy, salmon is not an interesting fish until they're horny.
Okay.
Christ.
I
This is the
mean,
weirdest statement I've heard from my girlfriend ever.
They're just fish. It's just a fish. And then they turn all red and gross. Still gonna do it though.
Oh no, the
Hey.
escort's all dead.
for me, when I think of salmon, I just think of the salmon from Minecraft.
Still there.
Yo,
Put a salmon
salmon.
from Minecraft on her
Did
leg.
you know? Did you guys know salmon from Minecraft real?
They made the salmon from Minecraft a real thing?
Yo, they made salmon from Minecraft real.
Oh my god.
I watched a video. I swear this
Okay,
relates.
go on.
I watched a video from Eddie Burback where he went to every rainforest cafe,
Oh, I keep
In-
seeing that recommended to me.
and one of the last ones is at Animal Kingdom in Florida. And he goes to that rainforest cafe, and then they go to Animal Kingdom, and he goes, "Guys, Disney has got so much money. Did you know they took the animatronics from the rainforest cafe and made them into real things for Animal Kingdom?" And it made me laugh a lot. It's so
Yo,
stupid. I was like, yeah.
Aminal real.
Animal real? Elephant real? Sounds fake.
I mean, in fairness, if you described an elephant to me before I knew about an elephant, I would think it was fake too.
There's a reason
Absolutely
they're
a false
fantastic.
creature.
Yeah, a creature with skin like shoe leather and a really long tube on its face and multiple bony protrusions from its face and giant
Yeah.
ears.
There is a reason there are elephants
it's
in Lord of
massive.
the Rings.
Because they
Or,
sound
sorry,
fake.
Olephants.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Timothy
OnlyFans?
Olyphant?
Timothy OnlyFans.
Timothy OnlyFans.
Timothy OnlyFans?
Yo, look him up.
I wonder if he's got feet pics.
Yes.
You got them grippers.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna scream.
I'm
gonna
calling the police.
All right, no. Did you see my message yesterday at the reaction of the drawing of Fizzy's mom? Hold on.
This is mom got her
It was-
grippers out.
It was. I see you drew the grippers, and then I went. I'm gonna commit a crime. Okay,
Yeah,
but
really- To be fair,
Yeah.
rule for that, and I told Jill that. There is
Yeah.
a rule. There is a
I
rule.
know.
gonna just-
I'm
I'm just gonna
remember the
put
rule.
rocks. I'm gonna put rocks and flowers and all the rest of your siblings that have their toes out. And they're gonna be hidden behind the toes. Or like they're gonna be behind the rocks. I don't
Hiding,
wanna draw
hiding them
toes.
grippers forever.
I don't wanna draw feet. Ugh.
yeah.
No more tootsies.
I give you permission to draw shoes.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna blur them. I'm just gonna put pixels over them.
Censored feet.
Yo,
Yeah,
you want
I
these
wanna-
feet? You gotta subscribe to my Patreon, at least tier 2. Uncensored on Patreon.
I'm censoring them so that when they get brought up in the game, it's like, I see you drew the grippers. I didn't draw the grippers.
I
If you
love the-
unblur it,
Have-
it's just
are-
middle fingers.
Have any of you played Kingdom Hearts 2?
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, so you know the
Never
scene
will.
during the prologue where it's like, oh, not just the the word. It's like no, and anyone goes to say grippers, it's just like a redacted noise. Like they just move their mouth and no words come out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I see you drew the.
Exactly.
I killed them all. Not just the men, but the women and grippers too.
God damn it.
Oh.
I hate it here. You come to me with a Star Wars quote. You murder. You massacre my boy like this.
You kick her body like football.
You kick me at his body like football.
Oh no,
Wow.
football!
Oh no!
Anyway,
Nothing is safe.
here's the water Ganassi.
Getting
I
gross.
think your art looks
Yay.
great, Becca.
It does look
Yeah.
amazing.
It does look good. I'm
She
so
looks
sorry that
kick
we.
fucking ass.
I like her.
I'm not sure. I'm not.
She good.
So the music I've been hearing right now has been fucking Air of Grief.
Has been fucking.
No, it's been Air of Grief the entire time. So I'm listening to this really hard rock version of this song while we're talking about grippers and Becca's
mean,
drawing really
in-
nice art.
on my end, and what Stream's hearing is the like first to go song, which I think is like I think like Jace plays it sometimes. I don't know.
No, that's me.
Is it just you? But like it's Jace core though.
Chase Core.
But yeah, here we go. Oh wait, I have to write down her name.
Wait,
Her name.
Ella.
Salmonella.
Salmon Ella.
my God. I hate it.
There you go. Perfect.
And that's why she's a bad guy. It's because her parents have cursed her with the worst fucking name ever.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
I like her. Who's gonna wear
she
her
looks-
armor?
Becca likes salmonella.
I told you, send me her design and I'll draw my boy from Jace's game wearing it.
Okay. I will. Well, and now it is just past 8 o'clock, so we are going to end stream. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you to my
God.
peanut gallery for giving suggestions, and shout out to Michelle's hot white
boy.
boy, very white boy.
Nerd.
Get added he needs to
Did
get added
you-
to the.
He does.
gonna say
I'll add him to it when I'm
The
done here.
lineup.
The
Yeah,
lineup.
The squad.
Actually, I'll do that right now. Where's the lineup? You get to see all my files. Don't look at my files.
I'm looking directly at them.
Hyper weary.
That's not from me. I didn't do it.
Every time you get confronted with something that you don't like is there, you sound like you're about to fucking weep.
I didn't do it. Oh my
Oh,
god.
Oh no, me and Adam actually think a lot alike, actually.
I can't
Bad.
believe.
This is bad for everybody involved.
Wait till you put us in the same D&D game.
It's gonna be bad.
No.
It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad.
Meh.
Boy.
No,
I love this. Look, he's mirroring with Jill's.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oops.
Yes.
When we
I
make
love
the
all
stating
of them.
symbol, change up the poses because these were all done outside of each other, without any reference. But that'll be all, folks. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for our live streamed D&D game. You can follow us on Twitter to get a heads up for when we go live, or you can join our Discord, where you will get a stream alert from the lovely handy bot that's in there. And in that case, have a great rest of your Friday. Everyone say bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye, stream.